Hey everyone, it's a cold, snowy day today, so who wants pancakes? Stick around and I'll show you how to make some. Hey, I'm April, and thanks for stopping by my channel, My Crazy Creative Life. And today, we want to make pancakes. I found a recipe on Pinterest years ago, and it's supposed to be an IHOP recipe. I will link that in the description so that way you can go look at her page on Pinterest. But with this recipe, I've kind of tweaked it just a little bit, so we'll go over all the details and we'll be making some yummy pancakes. Okay, so we are going to start off with 1 1/4 cups of flour. And you always want to sift your flour and your leavening agents together. That way you're taking out any clumps to start with. So here's the first cup and the 4th cup. Okay, next we're going to add our leavening agents and some cinnamon. So it's 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, pinch of salt, and then I like to add, this is where it differs from the original recipe that I found, but I like to add cinnamon, and I like to add about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon to this. And I personally, let me show you, I personally like to use this Ceylon Cinnamon. It actually has all your antioxidants in it versus what you buy just, I don't know, in the little shakers over like at Walmart or somewhere. But this I actually get from my local health food store, but it can be ordered on Amazon. All right, so here are melted butter, so I put 2 tablespoons in my coffee cup, and I'm going to melt that in the microwave real quick. Okay, the butter is out of the microwave and it's all melted. And I like to kind of cool down the butter before I mix it in the batter with egg and all of that. So this recipe does not call, the original does not call for lemon juice, but I like to add about a tablespoon of lemon juice to the recipe. The lemon juice, oops, I just squirted everywhere. The lemon juice, as you can see, about a tablespoon of lemon juice, I like to pour straight in the butter. But the lemon juice is an acid, and the acid reacts with the baking soda. The baking soda is alkaline, so the acid, of course, reacts with that, and it makes it all bubbly. So in theory, it's going to make your pancakes more fluffy and bubbly. The lemon juice to the butter kind of cools it off, and then I also add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I make my own extract. I just have used this bottle. I saved that bottle from, I guess, when I had it before, and I just keep pouring, or decanting is the proper word. Keep decanting from where my actual vanilla is into this, and I can show you that one day if you would like. But anyway, we're going to use a teaspoon of vanilla, and that goes into the butter mixture as well. That way it just cools everything off, and when I put the egg in there, it doesn't cook the egg. All right, next we have our egg. I'm just going to crack my egg in the same mug, just kind of cutting back on having to wash so many dishes. But we're going to crack the egg in the butter mixture, and always wash our hands after cracking the egg. I break it up, I give it a good stir, and I break it up. And there's your egg mixture. All right, I turned the camera around. I didn't like that other view. You can let me know which one you like better. But anyway, so we were at, I've got the butter, the butter, the vanilla, the egg, and the lemon juice is all in here. And then we're also gonna add 1 1/4 cup of buttermilk. And yes, I know buttermilk is acidic and it also will help react with that baking soda, but I want to add a little extra, I guess. I've not tried it without the lemon juice to see if there's any difference. Maybe I should do that one day as an experiment. But anyway, all you do is just add your egg mixture and your buttermilk, and then you just want to whisk it. Just like with any other bread product, you do not want to overmix your dough. You just barely stir it enough to kind of get it wet. That's about it. As you see, I didn't stir that very long, and okay, and you can see that that's still, it's just really clumpy, but that's exactly what you want. Okay, after you've added everything, you want to let your batter sit for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, because you want that action of the acid and the alkaline of the soda, the baking soda. You want that to actually react. That's the whole point of putting it in there. So you give it a little bit of time so that way it can actually create those gases, create those bubbles, and then it'll give you your fluffy pancakes. So we'll let this sit a little bit. Usually during this time, if I have decided to make bacon or eggs or some other kind of meat or whatever else with the pancakes, this is when I go ahead and get it started. So while it sits. So we'll let this sit a little bit and then we'll be back. All right, I'm back. Thought about doing bacon, but it's in the freezer and I did not feel like trying to get it out and unthawing it. So we're just gonna do some fried bologna. It's just me and my little girl who's still sick today anyway. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see, let me pull you down here. Okay, I don't know how good of a view. Turn some light on, that might help. I don't know if you can see, it's really started to get kind of fluffy, and I don't know if you can really see the texture from there, but it's just real fluffy and airy. It's going to be thick. It's not a thin batter at all. What I like to do is just butter my griddle. Ignore my poor pitiful looking griddle. It's old and I need a new one, but you use what you got, right? Okay, so I just like to slather some butter down, and I just take just a measuring cup. This is a 1/3 cup. I just take a measuring cup and just kind of scoop some out on the griddle. Now both my girls, they like chocolate chips. I don't. I like just plain pancakes. So for them, I always I get these miniature size chocolate chips, and I just kind of sprinkle a little on the top as they're cooking. And that's it until it's time to flip them over, and I'll meet you back then. It's not time to turn them yet, but I wanted to show you kind of through the cooking process about how fluffy, how thick that they will rise up. Once you turn them, they do kind of lay back down a little bit. They're not like a super duper thick pancake. When you cook them right now, they kind of look that way, but I'll meet you back whenever it's time to flip them. Okay, it's about time to flip them. I wanted to show you before I flip them what they kind of look like, so let me turn my camera around. Okay, hopefully I won't make you dizzy, but can you see the edges are really dry, or they look kind of dry around the edges, and then you're actually going to see bubbles that have popped, or just bubbles in general on top, more so than what they started off with. But you see how it looks like little bubbles have popped open. Let's see on that one, you see a bunch of little bubbles that's popped open on top and it's dry around the edge. That's when you know it's time to flip them. Okay? And you just want to kind of, oops. That doesn't normally do that, but you want to kind of work it around. I must have got it really good cooked. Once you flip them, you just let them cook about another couple of minutes on the bottom, and then they should be ready. So these are nice golden brown. There's the ones with the chocolate chips on them, obviously, but that real nice golden brown fluffy pancake. There's the finished product. Thanks for stopping by and watching how to make pancakes. Hopefully I have inspired you to go make your own. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like just watching this content, then go ahead and subscribe. What's it going to hurt? And also, if you don't care to, if you do subscribe, ring the bell for the notifications and share the video. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.